Are you looking for the best alarm clocks for kids in your budget? Well, in today's video we break down the top 5 best alarm clocks for kids. I made this list based on their price, quality, durability and more. To find out more information about this product, you can check out the description below and also make sure you subscribe for more reviews. Okay, so let's get started with the video. Starting at number 5, we have the Good Nite Lite. I'd heard lots of rave reviews for this popular clock, but every aspect of testing the Good Nite Lite was incredibly frustrating, beginning with just opening the plastic storage box it comes in. While the design of this clock is creative, a smiling blue moon face at night and a yellow sunshine in the morning, setting the clock was a total pain. It's a complicated system. The clock requires battery power to be set, but it only runs its program when it's plugged into an outlet. This would be fine if the buttons were on the front of the clock, but they're on the back, so once you plug it in you can't access the buttons without unplugging the clock again. I appreciated that the Good Nite Lite came with a battery already inside as well as an extra one, but neither of those batteries worked, and I ended up having to purchase my own watch battery in order to set the alarm. Once I was able to get the clock to power on, I was able to set it, but the buttons are squirrely, and it didn't always work correctly. The Good Nite Lite also doesn't have an audio alarm, so if you have a kid who needs noise to wake up, this is not going to work for you. However, if you're just trying to get your toddler to stay in bed later, they might respond positively to the sun and moon faces. Moving on at number 4. We have the Peakeep Humidity Temperature Digital Alarm Clock. For a traditional alarm clock that will appeal to kids and teenagers alike, the Peakeep is a great option. It's available in a variety of different colors, and the seafoam green shade we tested appealed to both my son and my daughter alike. The Peakeep is an updated version of 80s digital alarm clocks, and also includes a built-in night light with adjustable brightness as well as a temperature display. The thermometer feature was pretty much meaningless to my kids. They're still at the age where it's just hot or cold out, but could be useful for teens who want to know whether to wear their winter shorts or their summer shorts. The alarm is loud and annoying. Just what one wants in an actual alarm, and it was effective at waking my kids up almost every single day that we tested it. The only issue with the alarm is that it turns itself off after a few minutes, which could be a problem for especially deep sleepers who take longer to wake up. Another complaint about the Peakeep is that it runs entirely on battery power and there's no way to plug it in. While I appreciate having batteries as a backup power source, I really wish that I'd been able to plug the Peakeep in, since we use way too many batteries as it is. At number 3, we have the PlayMonster Teach Me Time Talking Alarm Clock. For kids who are just learning to tell time, the Teach Me Time clock is a great choice. It still has an alarm, okay to wake functionality, and built-in night light, but it will also tell your child what time it is with the press of a button. While this wasn't a feature that my kids needed, they both enjoyed pushing the button and listening to the clock talk, so it would definitely appeal to kids in the preschool age range. Setting the clock is pretty straightforward, but it does take a few focused minutes to get it done correctly. It's very easy to turn the alarm off. You just tap the alarm button, but, as with most of the clocks, there's no way to set varying schedules for different days of the week. My kids did not like the look of this clock, going so far as to call it ugly. It's definitely not as cute as some of the other clocks that we tested, which may be why they gave it a harsh rating. My main complaint was that it just didn't feel as durable as the Mella or the Hatch, and since kids, especially toddlers, tend to be tough on toys and gadgets, I wasn't sure if the Teach Me Time clock would last until they outgrew it. At number 2, we have the Hatch Rest Plus. If you want an alarm clock that can take your child from infancy through college, the Hatch Rest Plus is the way to go. This is the ultimate multifunctional gadget, in that it offers all of the same capabilities of the LittleHippo Mella, alarm, okay to wake clock, white noise, night light, but it can also be used as a two-way audio baby monitor. The Hatch Rest Plus integrates with a companion app, which is necessary to do anything with this clock other than control brightness and volume. I found the app intuitive and easy to use, and I loved that parents are able to create separate schedules for different days of the week. This enabled me to create both a weekend and weekday alarm program so that I didn't have to remember to turn off or change an alarm on days when the kids didn't have to get up for school. While the Hatch Rest Plus offers an impressive selection of 11 sound effects, it lacks a classic alarm sound. I tried all the sounds on offer and raised the volume to the maximum level, but none of the lovely choices were capable of waking up either of my children. Chirping birds, lullabies, and wind in the trees sounds are wonderful options for the sound machine aspect of this clock, but they just don't work as effectively as a classic, loud alarm tone. The sound of waves crashing on the shore is definitely more pleasant than a beeping alarm, but if it doesn't serve to wake your sleepyhead up, that's a bit beside the point. And finally at number 1, we have the LittleHippo Mella alarm clock. For an alarm clock that really can do it all, you can't beat the LittleHippo Mella. This is the clock that can take you from the toddler years through the big kid years. Both my kids loved the cute face on the digital display, and even kids who came over for a playdate were intrigued by it. While that may not sound like a big deal, if you want your kids to use an alarm clock, you're going to need their buy-in. And, as we discovered with some other models we tested, they were far less inclined to put the clock in their room if they didn't like the way it looked. Aside from its cuteness quotient, the Mella has a lot going for it. It works as both a sleep trainer as well as a traditional alarm clock, has a built-in night light and a white noise machine. It was simple to set up and easy to find the snooze button even when half asleep. While it can be tempting to buy a kid's clock that serves just one purpose, either to help them wake up or keep them in bed, depending on the sleep issue you're facing, having a multifunctional clock like the Mella is far more practical in the long run. As proven by my 2 kids, you can have a kid who gets up with the sun and one who would sleep the day away, and the Mella can serve both of their needs. One of the biggest reasons the Mella took the top spot is because it is the only alarm clock we tested that was consistently loud enough to wake kids out of a deep slumber. While some of the other models worked from time to time, the Mella worked every time. It didn't seem to be significantly louder, but something about the tone of the Mella's alarm made it the best choice for waking kids up and getting them out of bed in time for an early school drop-off. Another feature that I really appreciated about the Mella is the built-in white noise machine that can be easily activated with the push of a button. The sound is a classic white noise, almost identical to the Marpac DOM white noise machines, which makes the Mella a great option if you're looking to minimize gadgets. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you like this video. If this video was helpful to you, please make sure a like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe.